Mahmoud, that's 3 weeks, told Nigerians that he have learned his lessons, that the mistake he made during the presidential election, that he is not going to repeat the mistake in Bayelsa, Kogi, and Imo State election. So, but what transpired, what really happened during this gubernatorial election made me to believe that democracy has not been working, and we are not seeing it in a distant time that it is going to work. So that is the problem, that democracy is not working. Oyejuku Meze, what do you think that will be the possible solution to this problem? It's a big challenge, because if the process of selecting leaders is not working, what do you think we should do?
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother, for that question. You see, Nigeria, like I've always said, as it is now, when the kingdom of God suffer like violence and the violent take it by force. In Nigeria, we have tried in all means to go with dialogue, by election, by civilization, democracy and all. But the democracy is not working. So, to answer your
First of
question,
all, did you follow this Kogi state election, Imo state election, and Bayelsa state election?
of course I did. The
Now,
results,
they are
all
two
the
things.
results were
The-
already before the election. So you
There is
understand me?
something I want you to realize if you follow. Bayelsa state is not APC stronghold, but Imo state and Kogi state, these two states are APC strongholds. And if you see the way election was conducted in these two states, so I was thinking that I thought Yakubu Mahmoud said last 3 weeks that he have learned from his lessons, the mistake he made during the presidential election, that he's not going to repeat that mistake again during the gubernatorial election. But what happened? Yesterday, Shara reporters published that they were pre-recorded election results. You know what that means? Some youth corpers and INEC ad hoc staffs were caught with pre-recorded INEC results. So they
Results
have not
for the
started the election,
election
they have
being
not done
held.
accreditation, and they were pre-recorded results. That is to say that the election they are going to do, your
Invalid.
will, your vote, everything is not going to work out. And after the election, they are still going to declare them winner, and you can't do nothing. Not when Tinubu has hijacked both the executive, judiciary, and legislatures. So this is a big problem. What you were saying before,
Now,
what did you have to say? What is your own opinion? Do you think that
my
we should
brother,
substitute
let me
democracy in
let me
Nigeria?
not diversify around again. Let me just go straight to the point. You
Okay.
see, my own opinion is this: democracy is not working. These people have succeeded in hijacking Nigeria. One, I
Okay.
will not suggest maybe one party system now in Nigeria because that will worsen anything, will worsen everything. One party system in the sense that only one political party will be in Nigeria. Everybody coming out for position will come out under that party. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because that will worsen everything in Nigeria. Do you know why? Because as that party is being formed, it is still them that are there, those old cargoes, those that already occupy power, that are corrupt, that will still form that one party. You understand? So
Absolutely.
once they form it, it is still them that will occupy it, which means they will not have upper hands, to carry out their evil plots, their
Okay, what do you
corruption,
think
bribery,
should be
and
the
all of it.
solution? Because
Now,
as it
my
stands, whether you like
solution
it
now,
or not,
yes, my
democracy is not
solution now
working in
is
Nigeria,
if
and we are not
Nigeria
seeing
wants
it to work.
now, thank you. If Nigeria we want this country to work, my solution is this: one, they should leave Biafra, let Biafra go, let them give Biafra freedom.
No,
You understand me?
no, that one is too far. Because what I'm saying is today, let me say yesterday, Imo State is in the east. Imo State is not in the north, it's not in the west. So I don't think the problem is because of people from west, east, or people from the south or north.
My brother,
I think
my brother,
this
as
has to
Nigeria
do with the
is,
system.
my brother, I'm sorry, as Nigeria is, no matter where the state is, even if it is Biafra land or whatever, there will still be corruption in that election. Do you know why?
Why
Because
why do you say so?
corruption has been from the head. Once the head is made of corruption, from to the head down to the tail will be corruption. You see, these people
mm,
has played their diabolic political game in the sense that when this man entered, the first thing he did was to remove all everybody he knows that will be at opposition to him. You understand?
mm,
Will be at opposition
mm,
to his decisions.
mm,
He removed
mm,
everybody and put the people he knows that they will work
mm,
for him. You understand me?
mm,
This he has
mm.
done in all the states in Nigeria. And to talk more of it, the INEC chairman, the INEC itself, the entire INEC has been bought. And whose right is it to conduct election, to deliver a result? Is it not INEC? And these
You
people
side
have
next.
been bought, yes, by the head. So the result overnight to what this or the mandate of the people. It will still be the winner will be declared, and it will be declared based on the conscience of these people, corrupt leaders. You understand me?
Okay.
So,
I listened to Dino Mendaye. Before this election, to be honest with you, I know that Dino Mendaye is not going to win the gubernatorial election in Kogi State. Not
yes,
because he don't have people that love him, not because he don't have people that are going to vote for him, but Tinubu cannot sit and see Dino Mendaye becoming a governor.
a governor.
So they did everything they could. Even the biometric machine, the beavers, they did not use it to accredit the electorates, not even transmitting of election results. We are not talking about those ones. You understand? Even to
Yes.
accredit people that are going to vote, they did not do those things. So people are saying that they don't think democracy is going to work in Nigeria any longer, that they have lost confidence. And this is going to affect people in the next election. What do you think? Do you think that youth and so many women Nigerians who have contributed to this 2023 general election will still have that confidence to come out to vote when you are seeing that your vote is not working?
My brother, the thing is to tell you the truth,
Mm,
to tell you the truth, this single act has discouraged 70% of people, of the youth that are supposed to come out to vote. Do you know why? Because the reason why we had the guts, to come out en mass the way we did is because one of the love and the belief we had in Peter Obi. And then after
okay,
the election, they declared the result overnight. Then after they
okay,
declared the election overnight, everybody was hoping on the judiciary at least. These people cannot be more than judiciary, more than law.
yeah,
But as it
yeah,
is now, we have
that was
seen
right.
that they are more than the law, that they have bossed the law. They owns the law, so the law speaks for them and against every other person they choose to be against. You understand me? So this simply goes directly to discourage many citizens. There is 80% possibility that this has discouraged almost every citizen, because everybody I have spoken to concerning Nigeria election, no youth, no youth I have spoken to that have given me a word of encouragement that next election he or she will come out to vote again. They are all
But
turning down that they
but
can never vote
but the
again.
problem is this. The problem is this. If we do not come out to vote in the next election, for example, it means that they will have upper hand to do whatever they want to do. You
Exactly, and
understand? So
this is why I am suggesting a revolution, a clear revolution, more like war, just a partial war. You understand me? Because this country, the way it is, if there is a way, it will be possible for us, for all these old politicians to be wiped
Mhm.
out of the history of Nigerian political election. You understand? Elections. It will be better. Then fresh body will come in. Fresh body that
Okay.
has little or no
You
corruption
see,
can come in.
you see, when Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State, during the campaign, we won
Yes.
Nigerians. We know that so many Nigerians as well did not support the APC government, did not vote for Tinubu. I know that what we are seeing today, so many voters are not responsible because we knew what really
Yes.
transpired in the past election. But let me tell you, Tinubu is a kind of person that is ready to buy everybody. Everybody that is buyable. so far your conscience is viable. Now, let me tell you some things you don't know. Since Tinubu became the president of Nigeria, February 25 onwards, how many TV stations did you see that are questioning Tinubu, are doing, some kind of questions or publications or interviews they used to do before, apart from Arise News? Apart from Arise Television, how many television stations did you know? Look at Chinese television and others.
Channel
All of
television is
them,
the most
they don't
corrupt
criticize
television in
government
Nigeria.
again. They don't criticize government again. Now, they leave the work of opposition for Rufai Hussaini of Arise
Rufai
News.
alone.
They just leave the work of opposition to that man. That is the only man saying the truth. If they are going to other television station, they will prepare the question they are going to ask them. But if they come to Arise News, if Rufai asks question, they will be getting angry
They
towards
will
him.
shiver. They will be
You
shivering because they don't
understand?
have answer to the
Now,
questions.
that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. If you want to, let me say, you want to start with protest and all those things, let me tell you, this government will hijack it. Look at what happened to Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Joe Ajero, the president. Now, the thing happened in Imo State, and the Nigerian Labour Congress wanted to protest and said this thing is not fair. Now, the federal government just followed their back and go to industrial court. Court has to stop them not to protest. These people has hijacked the government. They have hijacked the system. So
It is
what
very
we
obvious.
have to
It is
do,
clearly
yes,
obvious they hijack the
yes,
system.
but we are not going to give up on the system because giving up is a worst option. You understand?
Yes.
Maybe election comes tomorrow, you say you are not going to, it's a worst option. Because what really happened in this 2023 general election, it shook them. Now, I took time to study so many countries in the past, how they were able to overcome all those things they overcame before they became great countries. Talk of Italy. Italian political crisis that happened about 100 years ago. So when I look at all these countries, I said, well, if we keep on the push, I think one day Nigeria will become a better country.
Yes,
But
that I have that confidence. I
you
have that
understand,
hope.
I have that
Like,
confidence. But if we do not see people who is leading the movement, it will be very difficult for you to queue in. And that is why so many people were happy when they saw Peter B in the last election. You could see that people were happy, people trooped out to vote. Though we made a lot of changes, believe me. There were a lot of changes that we made in this last election, but we lost confidence. So many people lost confidence in the judiciary because if the system they rig the election because you don't have governor, you don't have senator, you don't have house of representative. After rigging the election, we expected the to do something. So that was the problem. We expected the judiciary to do it, but the judiciary couldn't do anything. But what we are saying is this: how are we going to convince people that voting will be something that will change Nigeria one day? How are you going to convince somebody today to believe that? Of which we know that if we continue to push, one day Nigeria will become a better country. But how do we convince these people? Because it is obvious. People live based on reality. They live based on what they are seeing. You understand?
exactly.
They are seeing what is going on. They saw what transpired yesterday, the election that did not work, the result they wrote before election started, pre-recorded result, and so on and so forth. So, what do you think that we should do? It's a big problem, but when we give up, we will do ourselves, a great harm. So,
My
what
brother,
kind of revolution were you talking about?
you
What kind
said?
of revolution? What kind of
Now,
revolution?
the revolution I'm talking about is this revolution that will change the system of Nigeria, the present system of
Mhm,
Nigerian government entirely.
mhm.
Revolution in it, you see, there was something Ghana did one certain time where they gathered, you know that story. They
Yeah,
gathered all the bad
yeah.
political gurus in one conference and you
They
understand,
bombed them.
they demolished all of them. that same
Yeah,
thing can still happen in Nigeria.
it cannot happen.
No, if they
Nigerian
want it to happen,
politicians are
let me tell
crooks.
you, my brother. You see, at the beginning of this live video, sorry to cut you, I said something when you said, "What can we do, to stop this?" I said, we can stop it, but it is not you and I, common people. Our duty is just to talk, to enlighten the public through this platform, social media. But there are people who, again, that doesn't like, who they have that political power. You understand? They have the affluence, the
Mhm.
influence, the money. You understand? To fight for this thing. And those people, they are not, and they are still against these people, these bad political gurus. You understand? Presently now.
Mm.
But they have not stood up. Maybe either because of one reason or the other. Those are the people that will stand up to back this movement up. If they stand up
Okay,
to back this movement up physically, this need requires a physical action, physical force.
but we
You
have a
understand?
role. We have a role to play. Sorry to cut you short. For everyone viewing this video, we have a role to play. You see,
Yes.
these people that seems that they are opposition, that the ones speaking up, saying the truth. They are not telling Nigerian lies. Somebody like Rufai Oseni, we owe him a support because
Yes.
the agenda of APC now, all everything they are trying to do is just to silence this man. You understand? But this man is not the kind of man that we just keep quiet because of brand envelope. This man is a man that is not easy to be bought. You understand? Now, you could realize that somebody like Fani Femi Kayode, you could understand how this man was against APC, causing Tinubu, doing all those things in 3 years ago. But today,
Now he's
he's
amongst them.
mute. You can't even hear him talk again. Now, talk of something like Reno Mokri. When Reno Mokri was against APC, saying Buhari tormentor, saying APC cannot change Nigeria, what happened? Something had happened that you don't know. So that is why we owe these people support. Somebody like Rufai Oseni, we owe him support. We need to fight against people that are fighting him. We need to speak against people that are speaking. So they have recruited so many people to make sure they fight against him, to silence him. So that is one of the things I know, that when we start doing it, yes, it will be something
My brother,
like a contribution to this
you
revolution.
have spoken very well. Two things are very crucial to be done. Vitally crucial. One, we are the media space. We will do our best to enlighten the youth, convince them, give them hope of a better Nigeria. You understand me? Make them see reason why they should not give up on Nigeria, because it's our own. Nigeria is just like let's take for example now, a
But
family
it's
man.
not
I'm
possible.
sorry, please.
It's not
I'm sorry.
possible to convince
I'm
somebody
sorry.
not to give
Like a
up on
family man
Nigeria.
now that came, a family man, you give birth to children, and one of your child is arrogant. He does not hear word. You can't give up on that child. You will start training that child to make sure that child amounts to something. That is Nigeria.
Mm.
You understand? Nigeria is our country. We cannot give up on it. We must do our possible best to make sure that we flush every bad organ in Nigeria that is making it to go for backward. You understand me? That is we on social media aspects. You understand? Our own is to enlighten people, pass information, knowledge to people, let people know their rights, what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do. Then another thing is required, which is action, my brother. Physical action is required for these people to learn their lessons. And who are to give this
Okay.
physical
What kind of
action?
action?
I'm coming, my
What
brother.
kind of action do you think that we can do? That military will not stop you, or police will not
My
stop you,
brother, now
or
look at
something
how it
else will not
is.
stop you.
My brother, there is everything we can do. You youth, there is power
Apart
in
from
the
peaceful
citizens.
protest
My
that
brother,
we
let
are
me tell you
planning now.
something. Do you know that the power of a president is with the citizens? If every citizen
That,
should
that
die,
is
who will the
that
president
is the
be?
country that democracy is working.
My brother, wait,
That
let me
is
say
the
something.
country that
Wait.
democracy is working.
Now, I know, let me tell you something. Let me give you my points. See, we are the power of the president. but we don't know our right. See, let me tell you why I say we are the power and we don't know our right. No leader can be a leader without a subject.
Of
Do you
course, that is how
understand me?
democracy is
Now
supposed to
listen,
be.
wait, my brother. Which means they cannot kill everybody.
That is right.
Which means if na the youth, everybody should wake up one day. My brother, you never see something. You get wetin you go see, crowd. Soldier sef will not be bold. How many people you wan kill? When like millions,
That is
everybody in
right.
Nigeria, they will say enough is enough. Everybody will pack out. We don't care. Even as you dey shoot sef, so that you don't know your mama fit dey inside sef, you go kill your mama join. You see, when something, my brother, if you see revolution, they cannot shoot
This thing,
anybody. They will
this
still
thing you are
fire
talking
by
about
force.
now. Yes, this kind of revolution you are talking about now, we need somebody that is a political figure, like
That
somebody
is
like
what I'm
P2B.
saying, since that is
Somebody,
what I've been
yes,
saying.
somebody that is a political figure to lead that kind of revolution. Because yes, we can participate in the revolution, we can participate if there is protest and all those things. But
I will be the
if
number one
we
person to
are the
participate.
leader, yes, let me tell you something. Now, if we are the leader of the revolution, it is very possible for them to just pinpoint us and kill you. But if it is a
Yes.
political figure, they know that they cannot do anything. Now, let me give you an example what happened during presidential election in my state. The PDP agents, they were looking for obedient movement leaders. They were looking for who to bribe to stop the obedience, but they couldn't see anybody. They did not see any leader. You understand? So they were looking for who is the leader of all these obedient people. They don't have leaders. So if you go and carry your money to somebody, that person cannot prevent the obedient movement not to vote for P2B. And that really worked out. So unless it will be a revolution that will not have a leader, where everybody will do things, in accordance. When they said come out in the street, everybody will come out. But if they know that you are the leader of the revolution, believe me, the number has hijacked the military and everything. So
My
I
brother,
believe he can
let me
use them
tell you,
against those
see,
people they will call
if we want to
their
see,
leaders.
my brother, if we want to do this thing, it is very easy. Very
Mm.
easy to take over Nigeria. Just that people has not finally woken up. I see fear in the eyes of everybody, even those who are supposed to be rival to them, to these bad political gurus. Those themselves have no confidence. They don't have confidence in themselves. No, now
Yeah.
let me tell you something. Do you know that nobody is above no? Nobody is above maybe you understand? Like as president, forget Aso Rock. If this thing happen, my brother, let me tell you, even
Now
within the
that
people, see, within his guards, those people he think they are the one guarding him. Just that man is, he can't protect himself. You understand? The very moment, they said the people guarding that arena, is they are being sold out. They are wising up. They understand the truth. They agreed that this, my brother, it is very simple. You understand me?
now
And
that there is
sorry to cut you short.
mm,
Another thing, I will even encourage the soldiers. That see, Nigerian soldiers, they are the ones suffering this most. Nigerian forcemen, they are the ones that are supposed to do this for us. That are supposed to liberate Nigeria. You understand me? Because if you think of people suffering most, it is the force people. If you go to police,
but their
a
leaders
force
are not
man now,
suffering. The military leaders are not suffering. Their leaders are not suffering because their leaders are getting what they want, but the subordinates are suffering.
that is what
That
I'm
is the
saying.
truth.
And who is the soldier? It is not their leader. Their leader doesn't know anything, doesn't do anything, doesn't. He is just there to him. The main soldier are the people, the body. You understand? The
Okay, just
officers, they are the main soldiers.
sorry
And
to cut you short.
if they decide to work against, not even working against, they decide to take their rights. This enough is enough. Enough is enough now. They are very
Yeah,
small.
I know it will work out if they take action. I know it's going to work out. Now, this from Nigerian Prophecies and News. They say hi, Machi Odi Victoria. I say God will help us. Indeed, God is going to help us. This one from Pasolo. He say El Salvador was the most dangerous country in the world and one of the poorest. But now, with Bukele, that is their leader now, is one of the safest. It's one
Safest,
of the safest
safest and
and fast
fast growing
growing
country.
economy. Yes, that is the hope we had during the February presidential election. That is the hope we had that yes, that Nigeria is going down, that with somebody like P2B, that Nigeria is going to change. That was the hope we had that February. Good. Believe me,
But
we did everything we could.
our judiciary messed us up.
Yeah. Okay, Pastor said Bukele has the approval of more than 90% of the population,
You
the
seen it?
highest in the world. My dear Pastor, but the situation we're having in Nigeria is not all about the majority. Because people holding us in ransom, they are not up to 1%.
They
The
are not up
people
to
who are
one
doing
percent
all
of
these things,
Nigeria
they call them
now.
the cabal, they are not up to 1%.
Of
They are up to
Nigeria.
1%. So they are
Yes.
the one controlling all these things, using military, using their political power. So that is the problem we are having. So even though the majority came out to vote during the presidential election that was held in February, even though, yes, we voted, we did everything we could, but it is somebody that will declare the results. It was somebody that
My brother,
into
election
somebody
is
off the
no more
election
working
server,
in
and they say
Nigeria.
it was a glitch.
My
And we
brother,
went to court, the court said it was a glitch. So what can we do? So that is the situation we are
nothing.
seeing ourselves
So
in.
every system in Nigeria has failed us. That is why it is only we now that has to revive ourselves, the Nigerian citizens. Let me tell you, my brother, nothing good comes easily. For you to
That
achieve
is the truth.
anything
Nothing good
good
comes
in life,
easily.
you must pay sacrifice. I
Yeah.
give an example. I always give an example when I'm talking about sacrifice to people so that a lay example, a common example, so that they can understand what I mean. When we were in school, everybody who passed through school, we do burn candles sometimes. We do have sleepless nights sometimes. You
Sorry,
understand
that was
me?
the yes, that was network connection.
Yeah, I saw it. So we do have all those things sometimes. Then all those things are sacrifice. When you are preparing for an exam, you read your books. You understand? Even you take so many activities aside just for you to focus on your studies. Those things are
Yeah.
sacrifice because you want to pass your exam. The same way it is to everything in life. Anything you want to achieve, you must pay sacrifice to it. Now,
Yeah.
as it is now in Nigerian situation as a country, we have
Mm.
tried every possible means that we can to revive the country in a non-violent
Mm.
way. You understand? It did not work out.
Yeah.
We trusted in our judiciary. It did not work out. We trusted
Yeah.
in everything. Nothing worked out. So these people now that are not up to 1% of Nigerian population, they think they have money, that they can oppress and control everybody, even the first,
And they are
everything that has
oppressing.
to,
They
yes,
are
in
oppressing. They are
Nigeria.
controlling. That is the
Yes,
reality. We are seeing
yes,
it.
they think. My brother, do you know why I say they think? They control, but they are not. They think and they are controlling. But me, I will use that word they think because we have
But it's
not seen it.
reality now. It's
I'm sorry.
reality. They are
I will
controlling. They
use
are
yes,
controlling
I will use
everything.
that word. They are controlling and they think because the reason I use that word they think is because we have not woke up. My brother, if we wake up, they will know that they cannot. All their effort will be thwarted. My brother, let
Mm.
me take for instance, have anybody intimidated you in life before? If you do any small thing, the person will spark on you. We want to bounce on you, we want to intimidate you because, and the person will keep doing that thing if you are not saying anything. But the very day you stood to
That is
challenge that
right.
person, the very day you stand up to challenge that person, You understand? And make sure challenge that person in a way the person will feel it. That person will start fearing you, and that intimidation will end that very day.
That is
This
right.
is what every Nigerian needs. Even if I am the number one person to die, when this revolution thing comes, I am ready to face it. I must die. If I die in the front was in the course of saving my country, it's a good death. Besides, death is a debt everybody owes to life. You must die one day. You understand?
Yes.
Therefore,
Another
let
thing.
it be.
Yes, another thing, sorry to cut you short. Another thing I want to say, during the time of Goodluck Jonathan, and during the PDP period, I understood how APC, how they were playing the opposition role very well. I could remember this Olusoyinka, Buhari, when dollar was not even up to 200 per dollar, and fuel is not up to 200. They were protesting, marching on the street, but today they kept quiet. Why Naira keep on falling drastically, and so on
Do
and
you
so
know
forth.
why? Because they have taken bribery. See, my brother, the moment the person you are supposed to talk to, the person you are supposed to tell the truth, have started giving you some kobo. You understand? You started collecting some petty things from him. That very moment, you have sold your right of saying the truth to that person. That very moment, you have told the person to be controlling you. All these people has eaten, they have given them 1, 2, 3. Therefore, there is no way they can talk against somebody that is surviving them, has survived them. You
Yeah,
understand? Yeah, it's just
but
like
according to what a guest commented now, so many people,
just to survive. And this
they
is
are,
why these people make Nigeria so hard, so that they can twist Nigeria. You understand? That is why
yes,
they make
because
poverty to be in Nigeria. So that when they come,
exactly,
if they give you 1 naira, you will shut up. You understand
that
me?
is, human beings work with scale of preference.
Oh,
You cannot tell somebody who have not eaten for 2 days to
exactly.
come out on the street to protest.
Yes, now.
That is the problem. Somebody
Exactly.
who have
That's
not
why
eaten for
these
1 week,
people know
during the
what they are.
election, you give the person 5 naira, 100 naira, 1,000, the person will take the money and sell his conscience.
That is
So
just
that
it.
is the problem. Poverty is one of the
Exactly.
problems.
And this is why this now lead me to come and rephrase that word I said that time. That we need somebody, that is capable financially, has political
Mm,
influence, that
mm,
it has the money that can never end. There are people in this Nigeria that has money that can never end. People have
yeah.
billions upon billions in their account. How many are we in Nigeria? If such thing come, you suspect them disburse like 1 billion and distribute to every good citizen of Nigeria that is willing
Mm.
to go for revolution for them to
Sorry to
survive.
cut you
You will
short.
see
Sorry to
that
cut you short. That was what happened during the presidential election. In my polling unit, somebody
yes,
came. Normally, PDP used to come with money because PDP controls in our zone. So they come with money to bribe some people. But those people who stood for Labour Party, they voluntarily they came with their money and they were telling people, if PDP want to bribe you, don't take that money. Come and collect my money and vote your conscience.
exactly.
That was what we did. So I believe that a hungry somebody cannot lead a revolution.
Exactly.
Somebody who is
Now you know my
who
point.
is
You
looking
get my
for
point.
daily bread cannot lead a revolution. And
Now
that
you
is
get my
why
point.
this thing is becoming a tougher problem. Let me read out this comment. There is okay, Pastor, he says sorry. In the 70s, I was fisherman on shrimps boats in Ghana, and on board we were 9 Italians and 30 Ghanaians. Okay, what happened, Pastor? I'll be reading out your comments. I know your write-up has not finished. So what I'm saying is that somebody who is hungry cannot lead a revolution, either you believe it or not. Our people have put, human beings work with scale of preference. they rank their need according to how important it is to them. To some
Exactly.
people, their stomach infrastructure is more important than their destiny. To some other people, they don't even think about their children, they don't think about the destiny of their children. They just believe that if I can see what I'm going to eat today. I was listening to Professor Lumumba. So he was saying something. He said, it is time for Africans to arise. But he said the problem is not only with the leaders, but also the electorate. He said he knew about somebody, maybe I think he was talking about P2B. He said this person was eloquent in speech, talking about what he's going to do for his country. But when he finished talking, the electorate told him, we know that all these things will come to pass, but for now we need to survive. Give us money to eat. So
Imagine it. And
you,
this is, they know
you
this.
can see the
See,
problem.
this is the only secret. This thing we are just saying, and we are saying it playfully. This is the only secret these
Yeah,
demonic leaders have. They are using to oppress us the more. That is why they are making this country so hard and unbearable for us.
yeah.
So that any
And
small thing,
not,
by the time we decide, they wake up one day to say we want to do this one. Once they just cough, bring out one or two, everybody will just go inside again.
that is the problem, and that is corruption we are talking about. That is
Exactly.
corruption. In this,
So
another guest wrote, Machodi Victoria. She wrote, "A good and a better Nigeria will not be easy, but is possible and achievable."
unachievable. Sure.
That is what we are saying, because the problem is not the leaders now. The leaders are not the only
But my brother,
problem.
this can never be achievable with hope alone. Hope, when you hope, it means you are be getting ready for action. There must be action attached along for hope to come to pass. You understand me? This is time for action. It's no longer time for hope. Time we hoped has passed, is in the past now. We have been hoping that Nigeria will be good, will be this, will be this, will be that, will be. It is getting worse and worse. Could you remember during the time of Obasanjo? When I
Yes.
grew up, to see pipe-borne water running all over the villages.
In every
We go and fetch
community,
water all over. There
I
is
remember.
electricity then more than now. The
Yeah.
electricity was in Nigeria then than now.
Even in your village, there was a commercial bank then
Exactly. There was
that
a
support
microfinance
farmers.
bank, yes, in my village. So, but all these things now, then as Obasanjo left,
Oh my
other people,
goodness.
Yaradua them, they came in. Good luck, Jonathan them. They came in, then we did not see pipe-borne water again. Many things started going. We complained that they were bad. Now, Buhari entered. It became worse. We were saying Buhari is not good. Now Buhari is gone. Tinubu entered the very first day in office. The opening speech brought sufferness to Nigeria. His first speech brought sufferness to Nigeria. And since then, it has been continuously and in a more gravitational way, rapidly. So, which means that if we should take this thing in a democratic way, Nigeria is a democratic country, let us conduct election at every ending of 4 years, to get another leader. My brother, Nigeria is going to the dungeon, the deepest dungeon. In fact, what we just
Now,
need now is action, my brother. To
sorry
me,
to cut you short. Sorry to cut you short. You see what happened in Imo State? There were three people that I thought they would participate in the Imo State gubernatorial election. The former governor, Rocha's brother, and the other guy. You know why these people did not participate? Because they knew that there would be no election in Imo State. What
exactly.
happened is not election. So these people, they gave up their ambition on time. That is the situation we are seeing in Nigeria. And you know what Hope Uzodinma was saying when he was campaigning? He said, I'm going to provide job,
Now,
I'll build
wow.
hospital. And this is after 4 years as a governor. You are now making promise of creating job and doing all those things. And apart from that, Hope Uzodinma said, we are the federal level, we are the state level, we are the local government level. Tell me how your votes will work. Imagine a governor saying something like this.
My brother,
It's a
my
pity.
brother, you see, most of these people, Nigerian governors, me and you, we are better than them intellectually. Believe me or doubt me, but I must quote you the truth. We are better than them. Most of them just got there out of a godfatherism. You understand me?
That is it. Godfather reason, and it's
They
part of the
don't know
corruption.
anything. They can't represent. Some of them, they don't even know what is leadership. See, you know why we have problem in Nigeria is because people that are leading us don't know the meaning of leadership. The leadership
That is
simply
right.
means a servant to the people. A
Exactly.
man who has brought out everything in him to say, I sell my conscience to my people. I want to serve. I want to devote myself to my people for my people to be
Now,
better. That is
I will hardly,
leadership.
will hardly let you finish before all these comments we pass. Now, let me first of all read this pass on the. It reads, say, I talked a lot with Ghanaians and I understand most of the mentality. The main problem is the selfishness, and the other problem is
It's
corruption.
corruption.
So, selfishness and corruption. Selfishness has to do with your interest, everything
Your own
about you.
personal interest,
Not
yes.
even minding your country, not minding your people, not thinking about what will happen. Just yourself, yourself, yourself. As far as you have something to eat, you won't bother if children are going to school. You won't bother if you have electricity, or you will elect a leader that could deliver the dividend of democracy to the people. I think that is 100% correct, not only to Ghanaians, also to so many African countries. This is a major problem.
That is the
And
reason
to,
Africa is behind
yes,
today. We are so
come to talk
selfish.
of corruption. Come to talk of corruption. Corruption is synonymous with democracy in Africa. Either
Exactly.
you like it or not, it's synonymous with democracy in Africa. Now, let me go to the next comment there. That is Phoenix. He said, I am surprised people are just realizing it now. Democracy can't work in Africa. I started following politics at the age of 14. With what I know, democracy is not the right system of government in
In
Africa.
Africa.
Well, I think I should clap for you. You know, I first realized this. I heard this from Professor Lumumba. That was 3 years ago, when he said that when all these colonizers, when they came during the scramble of Africa, they came, they started doing all sort of things, and they told us that democracy is the best leadership. And he said so many people, including one Ghanaian old political activist, so Nkrumah, he said they asked question, but before all these colonizers came, we were leading ourselves. There has not been war, there has not been problem, and they forced democracy on Africa. Believe me, Africa practicing democracy is a big challenge to them. You know why? Because somebody who don't know the
It's a
meaning of
big
democracy,
setback.
people don't know the importance of that vote they are going to cast. So people are ignorant of even what they are going to participate, the election process they are going to participate. So many
So
people
how
don't
can they
know.
protect it? What you are
How can they
ignorant of, you
protect
don't
it?
understand the meaning. How can you protect it?
Exactly. For
This
them,
is
they
just the
don't
problem.
mind. They don't mind. As far as it's election time, you give them a little money. They don't even mind that these people are going to decide what is going to happen in our future. These people are going to decide what is going to happen to our children in the future. And another thing, one question that Professor Lumumba also asked, he said, if somebody is going to a political office and you know that the salary he's going to receive is not up to $1 million, and this person will be spending $10 million to campaign, it's a red flag to tell you that these people are going to chop your future. They are going to
Yes, now.
embezzle money for your medical care, money to tie the road, money for all these basic amenities. And that is
Normally,
what
you are
is
not supposed
happening.
to spend billions because you want to serve the people.
You
This is
understand? You
you
want to
see,
serve the people, you are
Africa.
spending
Yes,
money,
this
giving them
African
money.
system of government is business. Election
It's a
is
big
business.
problem.
Yeah, yeah. I said this about 10 years ago during one election. I said when they were saying that politicians they don't work after promising heaven and earth, then I asked that guy, how can this person work now when this person spent billions to conduct an election, to bribe people? After
Now,
spending all those money, how much is he receiving as his salary?
that
Then
is the problem.
how do you expect him
That is the problem.
have the money to work? Or do you want him to go in debt? He simply went into business. He must revive, retrieve all those money he invested in the business before he even start talking of his gain. Talk more of remembering you. So this is the
Now,
major problem.
sorry to cut you short.
It's all right,
This
my
one from
brother.
Pastor again. He said, instead to think as a member of the people and work for it, they are ready to get as much as possible for themselves. Now, this is a current reality in Nigeria. There was a former Nigerian Sani died about 2020 something.
That is Abacha, right?
Switzerland, in Canada, they are still repatriating the money up to now. Almost every year, they are still bringing to Nigeria up to $100 million, $200 million. The money one person
Just imagine.
stole from Nigeria. This is a pity.
Do you
I
know
think it
why?
is time for us to
See,
do something
there
about
are
it.
so many ways why there is corruption in Africa. Africa is not working. Africa, we don't study. We don't keep records. You understand me? We don't follow
That is
process.
history.
We don't follow process. This is the
Mm,
major problem we are having in Africa. Because if we follow process and we don't supervise whatever that is going on, African leadership
mm,
is they just assign something or contract something. Whoever that's assigned it or contract it, once it is done with the assignment or the contracting, he doesn't care anymore to know how the thing is going and how it is not
that
going.
is the truth.
So this
That is the truth.
this comes a long way to be a very big problem. This is why we are all these people are unable to give accountability of their leadership, of how they spend our money. You understand? Because
You are
everybody
talking you are talking about how they spend our money. Somebody who could not even
so
oh my
lack
goodness.
of recording, lack of keeping data is causing so many havoc, in the
Mm,
system. So my people, the only way is revolution. When I mean revolution more like a partial war or even war. You understand?
no, it
So
shouldn't be war because the effect of war is not good. It shouldn't be war, but I think there should be a political revolution. There should be a political revolution, and it's not going to be easy. Just like one of the guests said, it's not going to be easy at all. That is the
sure,
truth. It's
nothing
a
good
fact
comes
that we must
easily, but
accept.
we
Yeah,
must we must be ready to face it, no matter how difficult it is. My brother, it is the
exactly.
bitter leaf you eat that makes you to enjoy the sweetness of pumpkin leaf. You understand me? So we
Life have
must
given us lemon. We have to turn it to lemonade. We have to turn it to lemon juice. life have
my,
life has given us lemon. We have to turn it to
that is
lemon
what
juice.
I'm telling you.
That
We
is just
have
the
eaten the
situation.
bitter leaf, so we should be able to fight for our rights. You understand me? At every point in time in our life, no matter how difficulty we are passing, we have come to a situation, to be in a position of a good life, even if it's
Mm,
temporary. Those people. So I believe such people now, or some of us who have come to that position, cannot differentiate between bitter leaf and pumpkin leaf to fight for
mm,
their rights. The reason why me and you we are talking about this thing, we have the knowledge to say this we are saying now, is
yeah.
because we have tested good life. We have seen what government supposed to be look like. We have seen what citizens are supposed to benefit from their government. You understand? As for being a citizen, You that is not a citizen of whatever you are in Western world, even if you are not a citizen, you still have benefits so long you have their residence, their resident permit. Talk more of a
Yeah.
citizen. But in our country, you get nothing. Instead of you to get from your
Mm.
government, they collect from you. The banking sector will collect from you. You will put 5 naira in their account. Tomorrow they will deduct 2 naira. Next tomorrow 3 naira. Before you know, the money will be gone. So the whole system is not working. That is why, and this system not working. Start from these political people, the head. If it is working from the head, it must work for to the tail. Because when the head pass an instruction, the tail must obey it. There was a statement to be made. He said corruption is very easy to cut in Nigeria. He said, if for instance now I am the head in an office, if the head refuse to take bribe, the person working under the head cannot take bribe.
The subordinate will not take.
Yes. So the subordinate will
The
not take
subordinate will not
because
take.
they know the consequence, the implications. So this is the major problem. So because the head is corrupt now, everybody in Nigeria becomes corrupt. That is why you see police people now, instead of them to protest for government to pay them their salary or increase it and start paying them their salary so that they can take care of their family, what they do is to go and block the road. He extort money from innocent citizens. This that corruption. They are meting their anger
Seriously,
now upon innocent citizens because the people that employ them refuse to pay them. You see the
it is
problem.
well.
So this is the problem is
Thank you.
wide. Is wide. All we need is
Thank.
just revolution. Pure one. Pure
It's just
revolution.
anyway. In our next live videos, we are going to bring out because I know that the Diaspora Commission have started a peaceful protest. You could see what happened in London, and by this month ending, there will also be protests in Abuja. So all those protests, I urge people to join it. When they are going to do it in your city, you just join them to do, and we'll keep on talking. We'll keep on doing everything that we could for to have a better country, because people who have not been to a better country will not know what it means to have a better country where the government work for the people. So thank you so much, Onye Chukwumeze. Thank you everyone that has been viewing us, both people that started viewing this video. Now please kindly watch this video from the beginning. We have said a lot of things about our country, about our democracy. Democracy is not working in Nigeria, it's not working in Africa. What is the possible solution to it? That is what we have talked in this video. So thank you so much. Onyechuku Mezi,
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much, my
much.
brother. Thank
Thank
you.
you
I
for your
appreciate.
time and everything. See
All right.
you on the next video. Thank
All
you.
right. See you. Thank you. Good night.